Hey Cardinals fans, and welcome to Cardinals Game Day, your home of UIW football reviews, news, and previews. My name is Rory.
And I'm Reyes. Well, Rory, the Cardinals managed to pick up their second win of the season this past weekend, taking care of business against the Nicholls State Cardinals, 38-20.
Yeah, the offense picked up exactly where it had left off in their impressive performance against Nicholls State a week before and moved the ball with relative ease. Quarterback Jordan Silver had another great game statistically, completing 16 of 30 passing attempts for 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he has been a really solid performer for the Cardinals in the last few weeks. He had a number of targets to throw to this week, and one of the top performers for the Cardinals was tight end Cole Wick. He made 4 receptions for 116 yards and a touchdown, a career best performance that earned him a CFPA honorable mention.
Other notable receivers included Darrell Brooks with 5 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown, and Casey Jennings, who made 5 receptions picking up 61 yards. We also had a number of pretty solid runners this game.
Exactly. We had Junior Sessions, who picked up 89 yards and 2 touchdowns on 19 carries, with a long of 15 yards on the day. Bartek Reeves also had a solid game, making 50 yards on 13 carries, averaging 3.8 yards per carry.
Also, Joseph Sadler had 31 yards on 6 carries and managed to pick up a TD. The Cardinals picked up 463 yards and 24 first downs offensively, which was a huge performance. They also converted 8 of their 14 third down attempts. Look, it may be a little late in the season, but it really looks like the offensive's clicked, and with a lot of the players available to return next year, we could have a pretty solid outfit in 2015.
Absolutely. Defensively, one of the standout players for the Cardinals was defensive end Alex Jenkins. He made a tackle for a loss, but also managed to block a punt. He has played both defensive tackle and defensive end so far this season and has been playing really well in recent weeks. Also, Colby Douglas played really well, recording 3 pass breakups, 3 tackles, and half a sack on the game.
The passing leader for the Cardinals was Bo Bear, who went 16 of 29 for 209 yards and 1 TD on the game. Their rushing leader was Michael Henry, who made 20 carries, notching up 96 yards and a TD, for an average of 4.8 yards per carry. Damon Bolt was the leading receiver, picking up 70 yards on 3 receptions.
Looking forward to this weekend, we will see the Cardinals host the Sam Houston State Bearcats in the last home game of the season. The Bearcats are currently 5-4 overall with the 4-1 Southland Conference record. So far, they have beaten McNeese, Stephen F. Austin, Lamar, and Abilene Christian, with their conference loss coming at Northwestern State.
This game has the potential of being a very tough one for the Cardinals, given Sam Houston's previous performances so far this season. But if the McNeese game showed us anything, it's that our offense has improved significantly, and we have the potential to hang with the big teams.
And it sure did. And honestly, if I were on the team, I'd be looking at the past 2 performances and thinking, there's no reason at all why we couldn't beat this game. Are we going to have a great game? Absolutely. But if we've been showing a lot of character in the recent weeks, and based on that, I'm going to say that we have a shot. If Sam Houston State underestimates us, it may be a big mistake.
I agree. I think it will definitely be a tough game, but it is a winnable one if we execute on offense, defense, and special teams. So Chris, on that note, what do you see as the keys to the game?
I got 3 big things that I would say the Cardinals need to take care of. And that's run the football, first of all. You got to get the running game set up. You cannot become one-dimensional against the Sam Houston State defense. If you run the football, you're able to eat up the clock, first of all, and you're able to move the football with ease. Second thing, with running the football more, and is taking care of the football. If you run the football and you're fumbling a lot, you're not going to be able to get things done. You've got to take care of the football, take care of the rock, and be able to pound away at the rock that is the Sam Houston State defense. And lastly, the play-action game needs to get going too. We saw it last week on the road against Nicholls State. Seemed like Jordan Silva was very comfortable with faking that pass, pulling it out of there, and throwing it to some of his wide receivers deep like Cole Wick and Jordan Hicks. If we can get that going this week, I believe the Cardinals' offense is going to be pretty much an unstoppable force. If you got the running game going, you're taking care of the football, and you got the play-action game going, you're going to keep the defense on its heels, and you're going to be able to put up a lot of points on the board. What do you got, Rory?
I think that you've hit a pretty strong point there. Ball security is a big deal, and we've turned over the ball 23 times this season and only forced 4 turnovers. And a giveaway, takeaway like that just isn't going to be enough against Sam Houston. So, offensively, as you said, we need to take care of the football. We need smart decisions. If we turn over the ball once or twice, it's not the end of the world if our defense and special teams play really, really well as well. I'm looking for somebody to step up, take a pick 6, recover a fumble, or how about we try and get that kick return we've been looking for this season that we've been so close to. If our offense, defense, and special teams execute really well, we can pull off this upset, and it will absolutely shock the conference if we do it.
Exactly. And we're talking about upsets. We wanted to take this opportunity to thank the seniors on the football roster who will play their last home game of their career this week. We want to congratulate Jarius James, Casey Jennings, Keelan Lewis, Stephen Howard, Nick Morrow, Nick Ginn, Nico Trinidad, Albert Miranda, Jason Evering, and the big man, Devin Threat.
A big congratulations and a big thank you to these guys who have put their bodies on the line, made sacrifices, lost sleep, bled and sweat to represent UIW to the best of their abilities in the past 4 years. UIW fans, let's make sure we get out there to Benson Stadium at 6 p.m. this Saturday and give these guys the send-off that they deserve.
As always, admission is free with the student ID. That's all we have for this week's edition of Cardinals Game Day. Be sure to check in next week when we break down the Sam Houston State game and look forward to the final game of the season on the road against Lamar. Until next time, I'm Chris Reyes.
And I'm Rory. As always, thank you for watching, and until next week, let's go Cardinals.